I hated my figure. How could it come to this? It was all my fault. If only I could fix it. Hi, my name is Ricky. I am a proper nutrition and healthy weight loss guru, but it wasn't always like that. I want to tell you my story. Please press like and subscribe to the channel. See that basketball player over there? That was me a few years ago. Back then, I lived with my parents and sister in a large city. Tina and I are twins. We had always looked good. I was also athletic and constantly participated in basketball competitions. Who needs an autograph? But one day, everything changed. My parents invested in a small diner on wheels. It wasn't doing very well. We had to move to a smaller town. Tina and I spent all our free time helping out at the diner, so we had to wave goodbye to practicing. Due to the lack of money, our parents bought the cheapest products possible for their small business. We ate the same things we sold, all sorts of fast food. No wonder we gradually grew. Well, see for yourself, it's hard to believe the two slender sisters turned into such whales, right? Ugh, I'm stuffed. I wouldn't be able to eat even one more crumb. There's ice cream in the fridge. Whoever gets it last is a rotten potato. It was the slowest race in the world. But there was no winner because my sister and I got stuck in the doorway. Tina, you move. No, you move, you bun. That was how our parents looked now. Everyone was making fun of us, especially at school. Weirdly enough, it didn't bother me. I knew I was getting fat, but I didn't want to change anything. Eating delicious food and watching TV shows on the couch, what could be better? But then one day I was coming home from school and saw a family moving into the house next to ours. The son of our new neighbors turned out to be a ripped and handsome guy. In the evening, I saw him playing basketball in the backyard through the window. That was a great chance to introduce myself. Hello, I'm Ricky. Dave, are you a basketball player? Yeah, I'm getting ready for a competition. Cool, I used to play professionally too. Dave gave me a doubtful look. Of course, I wouldn't have believed it either. I decided to show him my skills and asked for the ball. I ran and jumped up to throw it into the ring, but something went wrong. I twisted my ankle and fell. The ball ended up in the bushes. The worst thing was that I couldn't get up. I could only rock from side to side like some sort of turtle. Dave was laughing but helped me up anyway. I wanted to sink through the floor. I turned red as a lobster and quickly ran home. The next day, I noticed that I was short of breath on the way to school. Then I realized how hard it was for me to climb the stairs and do physical exercises. I used to be athletic. Damn it. I spent the day staring at my slender classmates with envy. They wore tight-fitting tops and short skirts. I wouldn't have fit into such clothes. When I got home, I came up to the mirror and stared at my reflection with hatred. I looked cute, but something had to be done about my figure. I don't want to live like this anymore. I decided to change and lose weight. Mom warmed up burgers for dinner as usual. However, I made a vegetable salad and sat down at the table. Everyone gaped at me. Sister, are you sick? Aren't you hungry? Is that really enough food? Hey, why are you reacting so strangely? I didn't put cat food on the table, did I? Anyway, just look at us. It's time to stop gorging ourselves on fast food. Mom and Dad looked at each other in surprise. I don't see a problem. What about you, Tina? Do you really want to be this fat? Tina hesitated and shrugged. I like the way I look. Well, whatever. Even though my family didn't support me, I still started watching my figure. I tried to eat less and replace fast food with light salads. I was constantly hungry. Being at the diner became unbearable. My mouth was watering. One day, I came to the diner to ask my parents for money. I wanted to buy a gym membership. That was when I saw my parents were cleaning up broken glass in the van. Wow, have we been robbed? Or has a very hungry crowd run through here? No, someone wants to mess with us. It's probably our competitors doing. A similar van selling hot dogs really had appeared next to ours. Would we have to compete for territory and customers? As you've probably guessed already, my parents didn't give me any money for the gym. That was upsetting, but I didn't give up. I decided to work out at home and used water bottles instead of dumbbells. I also bought a ball and cheap elastic bands for my legs. I could see our neighbor's yard from the window of my room. Dave often practiced there. He was my biggest motivation. What a cool guy. For some reason, he also seemed very familiar to me. I couldn't remember where we'd met. My parents and sister didn't change their diet. There was a lot of fast food in our refrigerator. Several times, I broke my diet and ate burgers. I hated myself for it. One day, I ran into Dave on the street again. Just imagine, he came up to me first. You know, you seemed familiar to me when we met last time. I just remembered today. We were at the same basketball club a few years ago before either of us moved. Wait a minute. But of course! Now I remembered. Dave used to be very fat, so I hadn't recognized him right away. Wow! How did you manage to change so much? A special diet and training regimen. I went to a nutritionist a couple of years ago and he made a special program for me. Wow, could you help me to lose weight? Of course, why not? Dave and I started running together in the mornings. Don't even ask me what those runs cost me. I gradually got used to practicing, but sticking to the diet turned out to be harder. One night, I had a dream about a giant burger chasing me. Funny, isn't it? Well, it wasn't funny at the moment. I couldn't help but go to the refrigerator. I ate everything I saw. The kitchen light suddenly got turned on. What a nightmare. My sister caught me doing such a shameful thing. I'm so tired of this. Why do we have so much fast food at home? We need to throw it all away. I grabbed the plate and was about to put it into the trash, but Tina stopped me. Wait, don't do this. I want to fit into my old clothes again. Okay, if it's so important to you, let's lose weight together. I'll support you. Tina's words surprised me. They also made me really happy. The next day, Dave started working out with both of us. We spent all our free time practicing. Because of that, we often missed shifts at the diner. Our parents were very displeased. No wonder. Do you want our business to fail? Your dad and I can't handle it on our own. The competitors were a big problem as well. They threw leaflets about us selling rotten food around and doused the van with paint. I didn't like my parents' business, but such vile methods infuriated me. Money was really tight. Soon, the holidays began. I had to work at the diner more often, but the support of my sister and eating a bunch of vegetables worked. I was losing weight. Yahoo! Who was cool? That's right, Ricky was cool. One evening, when I was counting the day's earnings, I noticed that someone had crept up to our van and was about to puncture its tires. I armed myself with ketchup and mustard and jumped out to get justice. Hey, who's there? They managed to get away. That was when I heard a strange huffing sound. One day, I was walking in the park when I suddenly saw Tina. She was talking to our classmate, Tom. Why was she hanging out with that chubby guy? Wait a minute. She was holding a bouquet of flowers. What are you doing here? Tina looked away and tried to hide the bouquet behind her back. We were just walking around. In the evening, I decided to interrogate her, and my sister confessed to something. I really like Tom. Are you crazy? He's so fat. You could break the diet because of him. Don't talk nonsense. Tom is cool. Anyway, my personal life is none of your business. We didn't talk all day, but then made up. Tina came to my room when I was looking at my old clothes. Look at the size of this t-shirt. We tried to put it on together and succeeded. There was no limit to my happiness. After the holidays, we came back to school looking completely different. We had become as slender and beautiful as we had been a few years ago. Our classmates gaped at us with admiration. Whoa, it's crazy. How did you manage it? Great job. It wouldn't hurt you to lose weight too. Why? I like myself. Tom annoyed me, but everyone else adored him. He was funny and always made everyone laugh. Apparently, Tina liked him too because they started dating. Ugh, I hoped fatness wasn't contagious. A couple of days later, Dave brought me to the basketball club. The coach saw how good I was and accepted me into the team. Competitions are coming up. Don't let the team down. I was over the moon. One day, we were coming back home after practice. Dave suddenly stopped, pulled me close, and kissed me. It was... wow. We became a couple. Life got better. It seemed like nothing could go wrong, but one day, our classmates invited Tina and me to a party. Tom was the one throwing it. Didn't want to go, but my sister convinced me. I put on a tight dress to show off my perfect figure. As expected, there was a barbecue in the yard. There was also a table full of fast food nearby. At some point, I noticed Tina and Tom by it. They were eating all sorts of unhealthy things. Tina, what are you doing? Come on, let's relax for once. We deserve it. I pursed my lips in displeasure, turned around and left. It was all Tom's fault. My sister had been on the right track before she'd met him. I didn't eat anything and only drank water that evening. Soon, my worst fears came true. I started to notice that Tina often ate junk food. She was quickly gaining weight. I was terrified. What if the same thing happened to me? I started worrying about food a lot. I stopped having lunch and dinner and only ate a salad for breakfast. After a while, I stopped eating at all. Before I knew it, I had grown nervous and irritable. One day, Dave asked me over. He had prepared a romantic dinner and cooked a healthy casserole himself. Baby, if you don't start eating, you'll be blown away by the wind. It's too late. I don't eat after 6. Dave suddenly got angry. I wanted to make you happy, but you're too obsessed with losing weight. We had a fight and I left. I was in a terrible mood the next day. At school, I sat alone and didn't talk to anyone. Meanwhile, Tina was having fun and laughing at Tom's jokes. At recess, he treated her to cinnamon rolls. Just imagine, she ate them and even asked for more. I jumped up from my seat and walked over to them. You're both so fat. Don't you see that? Don't you dare say that to your sister. It's the truth. You look disgusting. Tina got upset and ran away. Tom rushed after her. He was huffing and it sounded so familiar. Wait a minute. I had heard that before. Had he really tried to puncture the tires of our van? I followed him and realized that Tom's parents were the owners of the rival hot dog van. That sneaky fatso. He'd started dating Tina to get closer to our diner. I tried to tell the truth to my sister, but she wouldn't listen to me, and we had a fight. I often felt dizzy because of hunger. I had no strength left to study and started getting bad marks. I stopped going to basketball practice as well. On the day of the competition, I couldn't bring myself to get out of bed and missed it. The coach called me in the evening. You let us all down. Don't come to practice anymore. My parents scolded me as well. You're completely out of control. Not only are you not helping us at the diner, but you're also falling behind at school. I wanted to say something, but suddenly felt dizzy. I staggered and sank to the floor. The world went dark. My parents grew worried and took me to a doctor. She has an eating disorder. If she doesn't immediately start eating normally, she will become anorexic. Everyone kept saying I was too skinny, but I was convinced I wasn't thin enough yet. I looked at Tina and realized that I didn't want to be like her. My sister had been looking miserable lately, but I simply didn't have the strength to ask her what was wrong. Ricky, we've thought about everything and decided to send you to a clinic for treatment. I'm fine. Look at these rosy cheeks. One day, Dave came over to make up with me. When he saw me, he froze. He looked absolutely shocked. Ricky, what happened to you? You look like a skin-covered skeleton. Well, so what? I might be a skeleton, but I'm a pretty one. Baby, you were already beautiful. Don't be ridiculous. Dave convinced me to eat, but then something disturbing happened. I couldn't even eat a bite. It was only at that moment that I realized what I had done to myself. I felt really scared. After Dave had left, I locked myself in my room and burst into tears. I had a good cry and then pulled myself together. It was time to act. I found the strength to get out of bed and open the door. My parents and Tina came in at once. Things can't go on like this. You're going to the clinic tomorrow. Please don't. Give me one more chance. I know what I did now and I'll stop. You'll see. My parents hesitated. To my surprise, Tina took my side. Together, we convinced our parents to let me stay at home. I later found out I had been right about Tom, and he really had been spying on his parents' competitors. That was why my sister was so sad. I'm sorry I didn't listen to you. I thought he really liked me. I'm sorry. I'm the one who should be apologizing. I went too far. I forced myself to eat even though I didn't want to. Tina, Dave, and I often hung out in the yard. They tried to make me laugh and help me get my mind off things. I was temporarily homeschooled as it gradually got better and gained weight. I rethought my relationship with food and stopped being afraid of calories. Tina even organized a nutritionology club at school. Nutritionology is the science of nutrition. My sister helped everyone who wanted to lose weight. In a couple of weeks, I was ready to go back to school. Tina and I were almost there when Tom suddenly blocked our way. He was holding a huge teddy bear. Girls, I'm sorry. My parents were afraid their business would fail and tried to make me do the dirty work for them. But I am a good guy. I wasn't any good at it and decided to stop. Tina, this is for you. I was dating you because I really liked you. Tina happily kissed Tom, and I apologized for calling him fat. I actually wanted to join Tina's club too. I want to improve my health. I'm sure there's room for everyone. Soon, Dave brought me to the basketball court again. I apologized to the coach for letting the team down. Dave got in a good word for me, and the coach agreed to give me another chance. I realized going to the extremes was not the answer. Keeping active and not gorging myself on fast food was. I started preparing for competitions again and joined Tina's club. We became popular not only at school, but also on social media. We posted healthy recipes and quickly got a lot of followers. Some people even sent us donations. Can you imagine? One day, we offered our parents the money we got for the diner. We could sell healthy instead of fast food. Look at how many recipes Tina and I have come up with. Actually, we talked to our competitors and decided to combine our businesses. We'll sell even more fast food that way. I couldn't believe it. We couldn't change their minds. What do you think we should do? Keep trying to convince our parents or leave everything as is?